Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third round again at Celerity eSports. Yeah, we are in Australia today. I had a little error with starting the broadcast. It gave me that headache image again. But I think we are ready because I'm seeing myself on air at Twitch. So we are there for the third race. And this third race is still on the old layout. Because Codemasters isn't up that fast at the real circuit. They probably are changing the layout of the circuits, making some corners more faster, so more speed can be found through corners. For example, this chicane, it will not be there anymore, but in this game it still is. So I think we still have a few attempts to drive on these old layouts, like in Spain as well, for example. So today there are 17 drivers. Bugesword announced a little late. He wasn't there, nothing to worry about. So 17 drivers out there today, and a few of them are new third drivers because NNS fighter. NNS means pineapple. But I don't know, he's from Bulgaria, so I don't know NNS if it's pineapple pronounced or something, but let's call him NNS fighter because that's his PSN. It's a new driver for... Now I need to check my stats if I'm right, don't want to say wrong things over here, because he recently joined the team there. So let's see. NNS fighter. Yeah, he's driving for the Scuderia Ferrari. He joined See You Later and raced 24 hours. But as you can see, those two drivers are there today. Because of this reason, third drivers are allowed to be lent to other teams if both first and second driver from the team are there. So that's why he's replacing the seat from Hachi today, NNS fighter. And let's see what he can do together with him. Joined is Rutty Boy, and Rutty Boy is driver for Alpine, third driver for Alpine. So Real Johnny and Atismo, first and second driver there. And Rutty as third one is replacing Atismo this week. And he joined together with NNS fighter, who are both out of the race for some reason. Don't know why. I think if I'm going to watch on Energy Destructors on board. No, it's not. It's Milevok, his teammate. Then we can see there he spun away in turn 11, the most dangerous corner on this track. I already told the gentleman, do not underestimate this circuit because it's still a street circuit with that very fast turn 11. And Jacob Pasty, sorry, it's not a Ferrari. From Dirk is passing this corner. Toby Lerone, that first driver from last week, we already witnessed him last week on Azerbaijan circuit, Baku. He was already driving for McLaren. He's driving for Aston Martin, and same story there. He almost lost it in turn 11 as well. So already 2 accidents happened. Sneaky Tom as well, I don't know. There are 3 people out of this qualification session, what I was missing there. But let's go take some standings at the moment, because pole position, the provisional pole for the moment is called Hilly over here. Every time it's stuck, I don't like it. Hilly, there he is. Pole position for the moment. Francois incoming. Heel down for a moment. Oh no, sorry, it's 122.8. So that's P9 for him. It's a fast drive. A little bit of delay there. Hope it will be alright in the race. He's from all the way from Argentina, but often has good connection. So these are the terms to drive for the Celerity, and I hope it goes well. But for the moment, it's just a bank lap 122.8. I want to take some tires there. Yeah, of course he would be on the mediums, otherwise it wasn't a fast bank lap. Derek with the improvement. Scored that 4th place and it was almost 3/10 quicker than his personal best. With a 1:21.2, he is only 3/10 removed from pole position. And with still more than 10 minutes on the clock, everything can happen there. It's going to be Rubber Dodo. Kenny, he's going to make a pit stop indeed. Right behind him is an Alpine. That's Rutty Boy and Valet making a pit stop as well. Francois, is he doing another lap? No, he's not. Energy Destructor is going to attempt to set his first time today. Real Johnny will do the same, and then AlphaTauri is incoming. There's only one AlphaTauri today, that's Toby Lerone diving into the pits. Pipex absent for 2 weeks. Our veteran probably is watching now. Who's going to be the first driver who's going to set a time? I don't think it will be Dirk who's driving here. He's going to make a pit stop. And then 2 Ferraris are on track and race at 24 hours in his hot lap. So he's going to be the first one. It's looking like a solid lap over here. P2, only 1:10 behind Koshili. Race at 24 hours, by the way. The winner from last week, his first Celerity win. Pole position for him as well. Maybe gave a little bit toll to his teammate now, who's now setting his hot lap. It's see you later. So Team Ferrari very strong there. On race at 24 hours, he's losing. Yeah, now he knows what it feels like to be a winner on this in this division. So that's some experience he took with him. See you later. His teammate drove invalid. Crossed the curb a little bit too much. I'm wondering what curbs you still can touch. They said it's alright, only turn 11. Well, we will see. See you later. Driving through right now, it's quite difficult and you can't make that mistakes or you will lose it and all. We already witnessed it, so all right. Who's first? Who's first? Energy Destructor is in the pits. Mila Volk in his out lap. Brother Adam in his out lap. Real Johnny. I think it must be Real Johnny, but Real Johnny is invalid there. Holds P7, lucky number 7 for the moment. It's quite, it's alright, but still 7/10 between him and the leader. 6.5 tenths there. This is the difference. So top 5 really close. Also Jacob Paisley 3/10, it's quite close. Then another 3/10 gap to Real Johnny. 8/10 to Rutty Boy, and then more than a second to Brother Adam. So yeah, those drivers still need improvement there. Brother Adam, see you later. Francois. Dodo can maybe drive a little bit faster as well. And it was Hilly, who I just missed, improved his pole position, provisional pole there. Toby out lap. Then it's going to be Mike then. See Mike. No, he's in his out lap. It's his teammate Francois out lap. Will this be the first time for Lee Meister? Doesn't seem like it's going to be a fast lap. 1:23, maybe 22, 22.2. Still P9. Maybe I was not calling the right shots. It's a good banker lap for Leemeister. He got something there. And Rubber Dodo still 2.5 seconds slower than leader there. Where's the interval? Ah, sorry, fast lap indeed. Haas from Energy Destructor is trying. For Team Ike it didn't work. Don't know what happened. Maybe he wasn't happy with it and he's thinking, well, I can grab another set. Let's try again with those 5 minutes on the clock. I touched the grass a little bit, but also he's diving into the pits. I thought he was doing another hot lap there, because he drove it fast, the end up. And there it is, Energy Destructor, 120.9. Second driver diving below the 121s. This is a good lap from Energy Destructor. I hope he can bring some more today. Last week P4 or P5 at the end of the qualification session, so a good start of the race. Unfortunately he didn't brought the points home. Technically he didn't finish. Still he had 2 points because he was classified. Ended his race in lap 23 or 24 from 26 laps in total. This is more than 90%. That's why he scored 2 points when he didn't finish. But again, if you hold P4 there, you could bring some more, and I hope he will do today. This is good. This is looking positive for him. Dirk invalid. He will not be so happy with it, but he can try again. And again he's already going for his in lap. Alright, who's next, boys? McLaren for his outlap, Ferrari in his outlap, Alpine outlap, Toby outlap, Robert Dodo and everybody in his outlap. So then who is going to be first driver? I think it will be Team Mike. I'm sorry, it's Leemeister. Leemeister on the way now for probably his final attempt there. Let's go on board with the Red Bull. Hachi absent today, unfortunate, and he will be absent today next week as well. He's the leader of the pack, 40 points in the lead, followed by his teammate brother Adam with 27 points there. This makes Mercedes standing on 67 points, leading the Constructor Championships as well. So Mercedes, a very good start of this season, maybe even their best start of any season. Leemeister in the meantime drove himself invalid through turn 11, unfortunate for him. And he will only, if he has fuel enough, then he can try again. Otherwise he will not be able to with the time left. And I think Leemeister indeed is going to try again. Racer 24 hours now on the third place with 25 points. This is the top 3. Informed after only 2 races, of course. So we still have 14 more races to go with this race there. Race at 24 hours. In the meantime, taking pole position. 120.3. That's incredible lap by him. See you later on 120.9. It's his best. He can try one more time if he will make it, because on my clock there was only 20 seconds. I don't know if it's synchronized. Sometimes it's not similar to the time the drivers are having on their board. Will he make it? See you later. Yeah, he can do his final lap there. Alright. Limeister. Removed 2.5 tenths. Well, it said that the third sector he moved 2.5 tenths. So I don't know exactly. He did an improvement, but he did not improve any place there. Then Team Mike taking third place, 120.713. 4 tenths, 3.5 tenths from pole. That's not bad at all. Racer 24 hours. Yeah, he's done, of course. So then we go to Rubber the Dodo, but he's still in his outlap. Strange, still in his outlap. Well, he will not make it and he's too late. Let's go to the other Ferrari. See you later. Invalid again. It's not optimal yet for him. P5 is not bad, so he could be satisfied with that one. Ooh, some wing damage there. It looked awkward. He lost his wing on the left side, but then spun away into the wall. Almost like he did it on purpose. Don't know about that one. Anyway, Real Johnny also turn 11, and I think also Dirk turn 11. Is it going to be another Baku day again? Look at this. Is it going to be another day like that? Because last week we had 18 drivers starting the race, and at the end there were only 6 drivers left. Yes, and it wasn't because they hit each other or something. Only minor incidents between drivers happened, but it was by own mistakes, spinning away, still getting used to 2021 cars. Less understeer, sometimes oversteer, hitting the walls at that street circuit Baku. Yeah, that's why 12 drivers didn't finish their race, and only 6 drivers did it. Credits for them. But if I'm looking to the qualification session right now, that's already pretty bad. A lot of mistakes there. So, pole position again for race at 24 hours. It's a second pole position in a row, 120.368. We all know the record is between Energy Destructor and Nicky Rizos, both on 6 poles in a row. So second place Hilly, third place Team Mike, Energy Destructor P4, See You Later P5, Milovox 6, Dirk 7, P8 Jacob Hasty, P9 Brother Adam, and Real Johnny on P10. Those will start on softs, and other 7 drivers will have a free tire choice, and we will see in the formation lab what they will pick and what their strategy will be at. So waiting for players to start this formation lap, and then we will reach beginning of the race, and I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. I can tell you it's going to stay dry like it was in qualification session. A little bit of clouds, but the sun shining above it, and exactly the same will stay in this race because our weatherman Sneaky Tom, he all provided it for us. So we know what we will have in a race right now. There will be a pole, however, because there's a new option in this game to keep it perfect, like you're entering the, you can customize your weather, you can enter the clouds or the rain, whatever you want. But there's also an option now to not follow it perfectly, but maybe a little bit, so it also could give you a little bit of wrong info, you know. So if our weather report says it's going to be a sunny with a little bit of clouds, maybe out of nothing that sun will collapse and rain will drop. So that's a nice future, and we will poll about it later. So maybe it would be added. What happened with, oh shit, just I'm seeing it right now, there's a stupid bug from Codemasters. This is really unfortunate indeed, and we need to restart the game if this is really the case. If this is really the case. Because what it did is somehow it reversed the grid. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm seeing it, yeah. What the fuck? Is this an option? Because I have saved settings. I controlled them today. But is there an option for reverse grid? Because if that's the story, then it would be my fault. But yeah, we'll do a restart indeed. So my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm also seeing. Look at this, Lee Meister without his helmet there. Definitely dangerous. Don't know if you're watching that because he doesn't have his helmet on. Anyway, we will restart it and we will be back in 5 minutes. Let me see, I'm gonna announce this one. We'll be back in 5 minutes, boys, hold on. Well, apologies ladies and gentlemen, we had to arrange the custom grid again. And I've checked, it wasn't my fault, absolutely not. Because if you're having a qualification session in your race, it's never possible it would have a random or reversed or custom grid. You would have to turn your qualification off to have such an option. So this is a stupid bug again from Codemasters, who always is making it a hard time for us every year, almost every race again. But we are back and the grid is formed again, and I hope everything is quite usual. The weather is set up, arranged like it was. The only advantage drivers are having is maybe something with their tires, because everybody will have new tires, and also, hold on, they will have to use softs. Maybe, but maybe that's too late. Hold on. So instructed them they need to use soft tires because this was the way they qualified. Their only advantage they will have is those sets will that will be new tires, and they will not have a single run on them. So for everybody, new tires in the race. That's the only thing that we can't change anymore, unfortunately. But still, we can race again, and yeah, we had a 10-minute delay to arrange settings again, such things. But in 5 seconds we can finally start that formation lap. Let's see if everybody followed. Only See You Later did not do that. And then we have Lucky and Sneaky Tom on softs in the back at the end of the grid, and Francois on softs as well. Rutty Boy, Lee Meister, Robert Dodo, Toby and NNS Fighter decided to went for the mediums. See You Later, yeah, we have to discuss as stewards, as team, how we will solve this. We should have take the soft tires there, because this could be an advantage for him to start on P5 with mediums. That wouldn't be possible to qualify on P5 with the mediums probably for him, because he did it on softs, of course. That's the advantage he is having right now. So yeah, we will have to discuss as stewards how we're going to solve that after the race. For now, let's just race on Melbourne. And let's see who's going to be the winner and podium winners and top 10 today. Who will not score points? Who will drop out the first? Who will drive cleanly without penalties? Will there be many penalties? Well, there are chicanes and yeah, a few curbs where you can cross the track limit. So yeah, maybe we will see some penalties. I'm not suspecting it would be so hard like, for example, Mexico circuit, because that definitely was a track with penalty rain last week when Baku was yeah, almost a penalty-free track. Today we will see some penalties, so let's see how that goes. For now, the grid is forming up again, and we are waiting for Sneaky Tom and NNS and Lucky still forming up on this grid. But then we were already up, because this is 5 red lights turning off. The race of 24 hours with the pole position. And Kozili on the inside, second place. The race is on, ladies and gentlemen. Both front gentlemen had a great start. I'm seeing Alfa Romeo from Dirk, who's having a blast start there. Look at this. T-Mike splitting Racer and Hilly there. And this is a good start again. And Jacob Hasty spun away, unfortunate for him there. Sneaky Tom already passed him. Is it going to be a safety car? Or is it just a yellow flag? Ah, this is another spin there. Who was the one? I think it's See You Later there. See You Later. Must be no damage for him. Quite surprising. So a little bit hectic there, but the end a good start. But we have a virtual safety car in the race now. Both Francois and Toby passed 5 and 6 drivers. Lucky as well, 6 drivers there. Real Johnny, NNS and Sneaky Tom already for 4 drivers passed, so it's a good first lap for them. We're seeing race 24 hours. Stretching his tires a little bit, try to keep them warm. Because it isn't ideal to have virtual safety car or a safety car in the beginning of the race, but we are racing again indeed. Jacob passed Toby on P9 now. Both Haases on P4 and P5. This is very positive. Middelville gained 1 place. But the next one he needs to pass is his teammate if Energy Destructor doesn't pass Hilly. Strategy today, by the way, has to be a one-stopper. Tire wear is not that spectacular on this track. I did the soft mediums once, so they will see some reverse strategy there as well. Don't know if it's 2021 the same. I do think so. I always did the soft medium strategy on this circuit. Safer way was soft hards. So yeah, definitely that will be possible, and we will see some one-stoppers today, I think. Sneaky Tom wants to pass NNS Fighter, braking deep, and I think he got him. Beautiful move by Sneaky Tom now on P11 there. That was a phenomenal move by him. He braked really deep, and we know he can do that. Good move. And again, Sneaky Tom now wants to pass. Ooh, Sneaky Tom. I wanted to say wants to pass Toby Lerone, but and then he lost a couple of places, made a spun there. Don't see what happened. Was it with contact with Toby? I don't know. Do know he needs to climb again. Race 24 hours, also with a spun there. Losing his pole position or his lead to the 9th place there. Don't think he got damaged as well. They are all very lucky. No damage for him, so he can carry on, but his tires will be hot. Maybe flat spotted a little bit. So now Haas is on 3 and 4 fighting together. And by the way, Energy Destructor passed Milevok already. Right? No, sorry, it was how it was. It was Milevok behind his teammate Energy Destructor with P4 in the qualification session. So now Team Mike in the lead. Did Team Mike won a race already? No, he did not. Never been on podium either, because he was on podium once. We had him at the press conference. Then he gained that 5-second time penalty, what brought him P4 as his best result. So that means Team Mike not on the podium yet, and now in the lead. Francois climbing already 7 places there. It's going well for him. Good racing up front, we have to admit it. Not everything is going really poor. Brother Adam out of the race, unfortunate for him. He will not be happy with that one. Because they were fighting for constructors already. So now NNS fighter, who's very fresh and did not drove the seat from Mercedes yet in this league. We'll have to do it for Mercedes today. Race of 24 hours. In the meantime, past Jacob. Is Jacob having damage? I think so, yes. Yeah, left end plate is missing there. We'll have a lot of honesty. Yeah, he needs to make a pit stop after 5 laps. Oh no, 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 Energy Destructor spinning away. He is still alive, made a 360 here. Oh, there was a spun from him, own mistake. Again, there are a lot of own mistakes. But he has not got damage on that outside there. With Dirk. The Mexican Dirk now in front of him again. But what is he lucky that he doesn't got damage. So lucky. He spun maybe 720 or something. That wasn't a 360. It looked like he spun 2 rounds. Crazy. He's so lucky that he's still on the 6th place there. But Milevok does passed him this way and is on the 3rd place there. Chasing on Hilly now. Three-second time penalty for race to 24 hours there. For multiple warnings. Let's see. The same happened for Racer, Johnny and Rutty Boy. Lucky and Jacob are having 5-second penalty. That must be for something else, of course. Can he have some overspeed now on Hilly? Yes, he can, definitely. He wants to take the outside. Is he going to make it? Hilly breaking deep. Needs it inside now. Switchback made by Milevok. Hilly still on the inside. He's not giving up. This is some good racing between the gents. Do they want to do that corner together? No, of course not. That would be very dangerous. However, this was some nice racing between the gents, and it's not over yet. Race at 24 hours past Energy Destructor there. Ooh, almost lost it. Missed his braking point with the dirty air and now lost 2 seconds because of his action there. Luckily he didn't hit the Racer for his own front wing. Safety car, by the way, it's Lee Meister. Yes, Lee Meister. Let's see on Rottibor's screen. We will see Lee Meister. No, it's not him. It's Sneaky Tom's on board could show us what happened. If he's still there. Yeah, he's gone now, but it happened around here. So, what I already predicted, and everybody knows, turn 11, so dangerous. It happened every season, at least once. Pit stops now, of course, safety cars at the race, so Team Mike will switch for hard tires. Healy will not do the same, he will switch for medium, so that must, after lap 8, it would be a long way, 21 laps. Would it be possible on mediums? Well, cause Healy is going to prove us if it's possible, and otherwise he will make a 2-stop switch back to softs later. Toby Lerone carried on 7 lap old mediums. Is it strange call? Nah, well, no, not so really. Those mediums are still alive, of course, and if the decision is to not make a pit stop, you can have a couple of places. So he's now on 2nd place there, and it's not that his tires are really old or something. So we will see how it will work out for Toby. It would be a 50-50 shot. If I'm on 7 lap olds medium, would I make a pit stop or would I carry on? Yeah, it would be a little bit 50-50, I think. So I understand this decision to stay out. Two drivers out of this race after 8 laps. I think last week there were more drivers off already, but still there are 22 laps to go. After the safety car, probably 20 laps or something, and it's still a long way. Strange Jacob got himself a 3-second time penalty for crossing the curbs under safety car. Sneaky Tom, we will hear for him what exactly happened there. Made a beautiful move, an NNS fighter, and wanted to make something similar against Toby Lerone at that moment. And then something happened what our eyes just missed. Oh, we will find out later what happened there. Luckily he's still on P11, made a pit stop. Fresh mediums for him, so he got himself a good way to go there, and right in front of him the points are driving. So Jacob already gathered a few penalties there. Caught damage early, now no damage anymore, replaced his front wing. So he's lucky he can carry on there as well. But Aston Martin once more needs to bring more if they want to score some points. Same counts for Alpine. Rotty Boy still new, but Will Johnny on P10 there is not so safe yet. Safety car coming into this lap. Energy Destructor now right behind. Wow, he was on P4. Like I said in qualification sets, he needs to be more consistent again. But we know he can do it before, because he had this problem before as well. And then later we could see how much he could increase. He did promote after that season, and then he stopped racing, stopped for Celerity for a while as well, and then he came back in the 3rd season. Tested him again because we needed to know his pace. He confirmed he can drive in the lower division as well in this one. By the way, back to Toby Lerone and Team Mike. We are racing again. I was talking too much a little bit there. Team Mike with a good start. Toby Lerone seems to have a good answer as well. And then Healy and Milavok again. And now Healy wants to take that outside. Milavok under the inside. That must be a job done. And of course Milavok is on very fresh softs. So he definitely is going to make a two-stopper there. So that was already one way to go, and now he goes around the outside before chicane on Toby. Can Toby do something about it? No, he cannot. Good move by Milavok again, gained 2 places there. Toby Leroux needs to be careful now for Healy as well. Ooh, Healy again. Oh no! See you later. Hit the wall on turn 11. This is going to be another safety car there. There it is. Told you. See you later. Out. Well, this is going to be a long night if it continuously happens like this. Milavok into the pits. Who's going to do another pit stop more? Yeah, Racer diving in. Real Johnny diving in. I think the decision from a couple of drivers now is... Oh, this is something I would not have done for Toby. Still carrying on. Robert Dodo same there. Yeah, that was it was see you later. And we can say to him now, see you later, see you next week. He will be gutted now at this moment. It's all about training, you know. And not only time trial training, because you will have only clean air. And then you will drive a race and then suddenly you will feel different things, because drivers in front of you, dirty air, more understeer, cars not doing the same like you were used in that time trial sessions. That's why you also need to race sometimes against EIs or against in ranked lobbies. I don't care. Sometimes you can find a good lobby, most of the times you can't. But anyways, we need to drive and race and not only time trials. Or you need to have a lot of confidence, and I think See You Later at the moment is not in his best form, because in his first 3 races something happened, I think. And for now, race at 24 hours. No, sorry, yeah, the first race at Mexico was an incident between the both Ferraris. Both Ferraris went very well and then touched each other, raced 24 hours out of the race. So that was some point loss for Ferrari. Last week for See You Later, and now this week for See You Later as well. And maybe Healy can now do an attempt for the lead on the softer compound. You can do a re-race next week. And if you want to do a re-race in Australia, then you have to wait for 1 more season. Next week we will be racing at the Netherlands, I was thinking. Zandvoort is up next, so get ready for it, mate. And study some corners there and improve. That's all I can say. think safety car will come into this lap, into the pits. Beautiful red Mercedes AMG. I think it's SL. SOS. Yeah, he's coming in. And T-Mike can decide his pace. When is he going? Is he going already? Yeah, he's going already after this corner there. Did he went too early? Did he went too early? Nah, he's using a lot of ERS of course, but if Hilly can close in on this one. Oh, no. This is Rubber Dodo spinning with... I don't know, Real Johnny? I think so. That's what always happens. Safety car makes safety cars. Energy Destructor on the inside of Rutty Boy. Maybe Rutty Boy closed in on him a little bit too much. This was an unfortunate one for Energy Destructor, definitely. Looked like maybe Rutty Boy steered into the apex too quick. Or sorry, he could not steer into the apex at all, of course, if the driver is on your inside there. With a move to go. Oh, look at this. Real Johnny and Dirk, they were racing against each other, and Real Johnny is having way more overspeed than Dirk. Racer 24 hours also around the outside. And they are already smelling points again. Racer 24 hours came from behind. Real Johnny driving on P10. Yes, race is on again and it's open for everybody. Sneaky Tom P6. Who could have thought of that? But Jacob Pasty now wants to pass his teammates. No, he's not. He's going into the pits. He was very close. And Sneaky Tom needs to make a move on NNS Fighter again. Yeah, Jacob and Dirk, they make the pit stop there. And I don't know why. Is there going to be a wing change for Dirk? Yes, it is. Jacob only... I think he had a penalty or something. Didn't make a stop. Drive-through penalty, I think. Milevok is going to do that same, and this time Rutty Boy indeed doesn't steer in, otherwise he would have cancelled the race for both half drivers. Because Energy Destructor decided to not carry on there. Would be a little bit frustrated. Maybe it's a little bit early to do so, because yeah, look at Tom. If one safety car enters the race again, then things could suddenly change again. Look at Tom and NNS Fighter, wheel to wheel. Tom wants that inside. NNS definitely driving professionally over here. Leaving both gentlemen alive. This is some sportsmanship. Needs to defend Milevok now as well, and I think he did the job there very nicely. Yeah, that's a good defense from NNS Fighter, but now needs to take care for two drivers. Rutty Boy lost his speed, but Milevok on his inside. I think that's a job done for Milevok. Still wheel to wheel, and NNS Fighter showing his guts actually. Small contact, nothing wrong there. Now Rutty Boy passed NNS Fighter. They are friends. Crazy racing. Now some positive sides. Real Johnny wants to do a move on NNS. A little bit too soon, but with this overspeed maybe he can do the job. In the most dangerous sector. Sneaky Tom. Can he do it around the outside? Inhale. Ascari. This is all not so easy. I think Sneaky Tom definitely wants to pass. Oh, no, mate. That's an inside you can't take. Ooh. Oh, that maybe would be a bit too ambitious, because who was it again? Who was he fighting at? Sneaky Tom retired there from the session. I mean, his opponent was just driving his line still in front of him. Sneaky Tom wants to have that very narrow inside and hit the throttle a little bit more to get that inside, but it doesn't mean that your opponent needs to drive another line, because technically you're not aside him. So yeah, we'll have to look what happened there exactly. I'm just telling you my feeling, my opinion from what I just saw, but it looked like maybe he wanted it a little bit too much there. He was definitely under pressure from Mila Volk. And the pressure maybe could have snapped or something, and yeah, it's always the mistakes most of the times happen if drivers are under pressure. T-Mike still on those hards on and the lead. Maybe he will do a job today. This will be a move from the Haas on the Alpine. Alpine, yes. But Real Johnny trying to not giving up. Real Johnny is on the softer tires there. But it seems those hards are flying on Australia. Albert Park. T-Mike and Hilly, both drivers, they sort of danced their way through all the hectic and chaotic moments. They were always just in front of it or something. So that's either luck or skill. There are 7 seconds loose. There's a gap from 7.5 seconds already to Francois, teammate of Team Mike. The drivers on track, 4 of them are having penalties, and they are all warning penalties. Jacob 3 seconds, Rotty 3 seconds, Real Johnny as well, and Racer with 6 seconds. He holds the most. The other driver still penalty free. Let's keep it that way. Yeah, and we will see if Kozili is going to prove us if he can make it on those mediums until the end. I think he will, because that first safety car came about after 8 laps, and that's already, I think the pit window was already reached at that moment, so that's why he could do that one stop. If we are looking how many stops drivers made today. Lucky with 3 stops, Rutty as well. A few drivers on 2 stops. 5 drivers on a 1 stop, so yeah, definitely possible. Lucky and Racer now. Yeah, the small fight. Position change for Racer and his advantage. By the way, Hilly is getting a little bit closer in the meantime. Dirk now with another 3 seconds, and now 5 drivers hold these penalties. Hilly, I think he's trying a little bit. He's having a little bit more ERS than T-Mike. I love the way how brother Adam is calling it. Or maybe Liam Hodgie. They said ERS. The ERS system. I love it. And then he's losing another half second again in the middle sector. First and second sector. Yeah, it's hard for T-Mike to drive him out of the DRS range. But maybe in a few laps he can do it. And I think he just did it. No, he not did it yet. Still he didn't. With those 3 DRS sectors on this track, it's very hard to get rid of him. Still he has not. No, every time Hilly will have DRS advantage and closing in on T-Mike again. But if it will stay like 7/10s, then it will be too much for Hilly to do an overtake and have too much overspeed to pass him. So if T-Mike can do this and keep it this way, then he will be winner of his first Celerity race. And Rutty Boy with that 3-second penalty, will he or Ananas Fighter score 10th place? Or will even Rubber Dodo close in? He's on soft, so he could be fast. Still, maybe a long way. And in the end, his tires will be weared. Anyway, I'm still wondering if he can close the gap. It does not seem like it. It seems like he's a little bit slower than Ananas Fighter on those mediums. He knows his track. And closing in on Rutty Boy as well, so definitely will probably pass him. Is Rutty Boy having some struggles then? Just missing some pace. By the way, Milavok with a pass on Francois. How did it happen? Well, Johnny definitely was careful into turn 11 and 12. But better be too careful there than yeah, going in too risky. We all have seen what could happen then. Because you want to finish this race and don't want to hit the barriers and be another fool who did that. If I compare this Francois against Johnny, of course the tires from Real Johnny are still a little bit fresher than from Hilly. But I think the hards are a good choice there. Oh, yeah, this is NNS fighter and a Rutty boy in trouble. Friends of each other as well. So this will be another Stewart incident. Don't know. There was a pass. If you're the attacker, definitely you have to leave that inside. We will learn and improve again. Today only 5 drivers out. Will Rutty boy carry on? Yeah, he's still carrying on. Don't know if he got damage. Just complete your first race. Make some miles. Francois or Lucky will be our big winner today, and I think Lucky, because he's on that magical number 7, will be driver of the day by game. Our community will vote for their own driver of the weekend. Oh, sorry. I had a long day. Yeah, Rutty making a pit stop. Will he stop his race? No, it's going to be a wing change. Don't see damage there, but of course still fractions can be broken on it. Jacob Pasty closing in on Dirk now. Some action can be found here at the end of this race. Still 4.5 laps to go. Careful with the dirty air in turn 11 and 12, but it was a good one with overspeed. He can try around the outside, but defended by Dirk, and beautifully done by Jacob. It was a good move from Jacob. Good racing by him. Finally. Good anticipation on the defending from Dirk. He tagged it immediately. So P8 for Jacob. Who's next, would he be thinking? By the way, there has been a rule change. Last week I instructed our viewers how our fastest lap reward works, because there were some questions why we gave the fastest lap to one of the top drivers, at the top 10 drivers, sorry, and why somebody who actually scored it on P13 or 14 didn't get it. And that's why I instructed our new joiners, but also our viewers, how our rule worked always. Since the start of our community, we designed this rule because we saw a lot of back markers stealing the fastest lap from the top drivers. Of course, this is possible in real regular F1 as well, but it doesn't happen often. It only happens occasionally that, for example, a few weeks ago, Perez or Bottas took the fastest lap, so that rival Max Verstappen, or in for Perez's case Hamilton, that he could not get the fastest lap, and they would steal it, so the point could not be rewarded to one of the top drivers. That's how it actually works. But in league, yeah, we did see that it happens even more, and a lot of times the fastest lap would not be in hands from the top 10 drivers anymore, but pretty always from one of the back markers who are having trouble, like any race, and fixing the fastest lap on the name. So we did a poll. And it seems like, yeah, definitely the realistic setting has won. So since this race we changed it again into how it really works. And if that's the case, let's see who holds the fastest lap. That's Rutty Boy. He will really get it, but he will not get a point as he's not at the top 10 drivers. Still, the track record from today will be on his name, not the real track record. I don't know who holds track record at the moment. Well, as I'm already busy with telling a lot, let's see who holds the track record. And let's see some racing until the end. What did he have? I'm very proud to announce that the track record is in hands of Dilandro. Dylan, that's me. Of course, the commentator for today, but also a CL-1 driver. Now, this was from last season. I always loved Australia very much. The pole record is a 119.305 by Dilandro again, and the track record is a 122.219. And if we were watching the fastest lap, it's broken. So track record right now in the hands of Rutty Boy 13. And tomorrow this can change, of course, because CL-1 still has to drive at 8 o'clock. Don't miss that one. So, what was the pole position again today? Oh, Francois crashed into the walls. Will this be a safety car? No, it will not, because he is still alive. It will be a yellow flag. P6 for Francois still, but he will have damage. No! He did hit the walls, right? He must have damage or something. Don't know what Toby is doing. Oh, blue flag. Yeah, he just let Francois go by touching the grass himself. Well, no, that's no problem. As long as you let your drivers go, yeah, then it's professionally and some sportsmanship. As long as you're doing it. But yeah, you will be faster, because Francois definitely will have damage. If you are noticing this, yeah, then pass him, of course, because Francois will make a pit stop at the end of this lap. Well, let's go to the gentleman up front, because then we will see some racing between race 24 hours still and Real Johnny, who's still tailing him. But Team Mike definitely will do the job, but hey, so many credits for Hilly, who kept following Mike for the entire race. And Racer with his third penalty, 9 seconds for him. He will be passed by Real Johnny. I think that would be it, if he's lucky. But yeah, 9 seconds. Still the only driver who's up for points for Ferrari today. Tom out for Aston Martin. Jacob maybe can grab a few to heal some wounds. Alpine for Rutty, it's not so solid, but Real Johnny is on P5 there. He will climb. Yeah, he will climb one place for P4. I think he will make it. So then there will be 12 points for Alpine. Yeah, that's not so bad. Who's the big loser? What team is the big loser today? Of course it has to be Mercedes. Brother Adam, who was out very early in this race, and an S-Fighter, who does not have a penalty there. Well, let's see in the end. Team Mike, congratulations to you, mate. It's gonna be a first Celerity win for you. Driven on hards 22 laps until the end. Never gave his position to another driver like Hilly, who was tailing him, and did a phenomenal race as well. After last week he spun away in Castle sector into the walls. He could be very happy now. I will ask him his opinion about this race, of course. And Milavok, another podium in the Haas. So for Haas F1 team, they are saved a little bit as well. Energy Destructor out. After I think Rotty or Toby, I don't know anymore. Somebody closed in on him a little bit. And that's why he was out of the race. A real journey indeed on the 4th place. Francois lucky. Very lucky that he had a gap and that he could carry on as well. So 10 points for him. Racer on P6 with 9 seconds of penalty. So he was lucky with a gap as well there. But it costed him 2 places actually. Even Francois passed him. So from P4 on to P6 because of 9 seconds of penalty. Next time better, I would say. There he is, my Team Mike from Croatia. The first Croatian driver who wins a Celerity race. Lifts the biggest cup from today. Time for champagne. Or bubbles. Congrats. So there it is again. P1 Team Mike. Hilly on the 2nd place in the Haas. Milavok on P3. P4 Real Johnny in the Alpine. Francois P5. Racer 24 hours P6. Luki in the Williams P7. Jacob Pasty Aston Martin P8. Dirk P9. Rubber Dodo 10. Scored the final point again. Definitely good job for Rubber Dodo. Would be happy. NNS 11. Toby 12. Rutty Boy 13, Sneaky 14. Well, I'm too late again because they changed the super stupid setting. But I think we had a bunch of drivers who didn't finish. And one of them, Energy Destructor, Sneaky Tom. See you later. And I think 1 or 2 more. Well, let's cut to the chase and let's make a press conference for our podium winners today. We will start a showroom. So give me 1 sec and then we can talk to our drivers and ask them a few questions in our window. So today I need to bring McLaren on the podium because Mike won his first race. Let me see. Milavok, Hilly, and T Mike. Add players. Who's going to join my party, boys? Do they dare to join my party? We never had a press conference without drivers. Of course, it's always optional for them to join. Some of them not even carrying a mic, for example. But most of the time, always at least 2 drivers, or all of them 3, will join the press conference. Maybe I would have to send them a message. Oh well, there is the winner for today, Team Mike. Can you hear me, Team Mike? Hello, Team Mike. Hello, sorry mate, I was thinking something wrong with my headset. It took a while, but you did hear me, right? Hello, Team Mike. shit. Hello, hello. There I am in my party and I can see myself talking. So, Hilly, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There's definitely something wrong over here. Always allow. It should be alright. Well, let's ask them if they can hear me. Of course, our viewers did hear me too. I don't know what's wrong here.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mike?
Alright. Hilly said to me,
yes.
I'm hearing everybody, but it seems to be that I cannot hear everybody. Hold on, I will make a new party then. Why is or the PS system or Codemasters making it so hard for us always? Always something wrong there, what we need to provide. Well, I think I have a party over here. Hello, hello. Well, I will try again. Oh, they cannot join anymore. I definitely need a completely new party. Hello, this is Test. I can see myself, yes. Alright. There it is. Hilly again. Milevok and T-Mike. Try it one more time. Hello, hello. Hello. Oh, mates, there's something really wrong. Definitely, finally I can hear you guys. I heard somebody coughing.
That's me.
That's Mike, the winner of today. It's arranged. I don't know, something was wrong in the way why I could not hear you guys, but it's settled. Well, congratulations, Mike. This has to be your first podium. A few weeks ago you were already on the podium, but because of a penalty you were just dropped out in it. But not now. Today it's not a third place anymore, but it's a win. Congratulations, it was fantastic.
Thanks. Thank you.
How was the race, man?
It was really good. The pace was strong. Congrats to Hilly and Milevok. Hilly was all the time on my heels. I need to push with my hard tires all I can. All in. I think last few laps I was out of DRS. And then I started to think this is not mine.
Yeah, and it definitely was, mate. Did you felt like the hards were the better choice than the medium like Hilly had, or were you still?
Yeah, this was my plan. Soft till ninth lap and then on hards. That was I think in lap 7 was first safety car. Then I switched to hards and stay all race on hards. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so definitely confident to go for that for the hard tires there and win this race today.
Yeah, and this is my circuit too. I like Australia.
Yes. Final question for you. Did something change since last season about those curbs? Is it harder to drive on this circuit or is it a little bit the same?
Yeah, it's really hard. In compare with 2020, Australia is really hard.
Okay, so you had to sweat a little bit more since last year. Well,
This time was better.
well, thanks, mate. Enjoy your win today. I hope you can. I hope you can bring us some more. And yeah, for now, and for now, enjoy it and bring us some more. We will be at Zandvoort next week.
Yes. Thanks. Cheers, mate.
No problem. Well, Hilly, congratulations to you too, of course, because yeah, you had a phenomenal race of two. You had a phenomenal race too, and I was doubting what's the better choice. Is it going to be the medium? Is it going to be the hard? In the beginning, it looked like, hey, maybe Hilly could have a chance over here to overtake. In the end, it was like maybe his tires are struggling now. Tell me more about it.
Yeah, I think I have to disagree with Team Mike about the strategy because I think the soft medium was the best one because my tires were just 40% at max at the end, so they lasted very good. Yeah, Team Mike was just a little bit too quick today. I tried to stay within his DRS, but yeah, I didn't dare to take that much risks because yeah, the curbs are deadly here. So I knew I was pretty good in P2. Yeah, and decided from lap 20 that I just wanted to make it to the end and yeah, just take P2.
Did you see drivers crashing into turn 11, turn 12 into the walls?
No, I missed everything because we had quite a gap very soon, very quick. After that, all I saw was yeah, the rear ring of Mike and yeah, just the road. So I was just focused on my own race and I didn't see anybody crash.
Yeah, I think you guys indeed were lucky and every time just stayed in front of the chaos situations. So that's why you could carry on. But still, with an enormous pace, you created a gap. And yeah, did you think like there was a win in it for you, or it was just Team Mike was too fast today and I'm settling it for P2?
I think yeah, when I saw him go to the hearts, I thought there was a chance. Yeah, but after a few laps, I saw that he has similar pace to me on the hearts. So I knew it was very hard to overtake him, and yeah, was just waiting for or a mistake or a penalty, but yeah, he didn't do any. So yeah, happy with P2.
No, it was a clean race for the podium, gentlemen. So congratulations on it, and I think you will have your revenge since last week, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, enjoy it, mate, and we will see you back on podium very soon. I think Milavok is not in the party today. No, he's not. And then we will we'll end this race. It was a long enough race because we had some struggles with Codemasters again, and also with the audio settings a little bit. But we completed the race today, and I'm very happy with it. We did see some spectacular things again, some minor things as well. But this is Formula 1. We will be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. 8 o'clock. That's +1 GMT time, so Central European time we are racing at, and that will be 8 PM. So don't miss out on action tomorrow because CL-1 in action. And for now I want to wish you all a very blissful evening. Ciao ciao.